One of the nation's oldest athletic conferences, the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association, better known as the CIAA, is bringing its basketball tournament to Baltimore this coming February. Charles Robinson reports on why this is such an important financial milestone.
This is a game-changing event for a number of reasons. So economic impact is a big deal for our city overall. I know Charlotte benefit from it to the tune of, 20 plus million-ish, or more, right? And so we don't know coming out of COVID what that actual number will be.
The Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association, better known as the CIAA, will hold its basketball tournament in Baltimore. It is a major cultural showcase. Created in 1912, HBCUs from South Carolina, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Maryland participate in the current event. Morgan State College, Delaware State College, Maryland College, now the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, and Howard were once a part of the CIAA. The 2022 tournament gives alumni, students, and potential students a chance to see all that Baltimore has to offer. Last year, everything was virtual. For individuals like Lou Fields, the head of the Maryland African American Tourist Alliance, he hopes it will be a chance to showcase the city's rich African American history and Black business.
The impact of CIAA can mean hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars of impact to those small mom and pop shops that unfortunately are not situated in a harbor. So before you come, feel some of the historical points of interest you may be interested in. And when they get here, then you have to be able to service them.
Most of the basketball activities will occur here at the Royal Farm Arena. But just down the street at the Convention Center, you'll get to learn about the rich history of the schools, their corporate supporters, and contemporary entertainment. Past participants in the tournament include one of college's winningest basketball coaches and future NBA stars. It also includes former Baltimore Bullet Earl Monroe. One of its roving ambassadors is Mr. CIAA, Abraham Mitchell. His multiple wardrobe changes during the games has thrilled crowds.
It's a basketball tournament, but it's universities of color. So let's see if we can put our little marriage together from Baltimore with the CIAA.
The balls start bouncing in Baltimore's Royal Farms Arena on February the 22nd, 2022. I'm Charles Robinson.
And joining us now are Jackie McWilliams, the commissioner of the CIAA, Al Hutchinson, CEO of Visit Baltimore, and Dr. Aminta Bro, the president of Bowie State University, host school for the tournament. Nice to see everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So, Commissioner McWilliams, I wanted to start with you. As the first female to serve as a commissioner for the CIAA, can you tell us a little about the history of the CIAA?
Yeah, this conference is the first HBCU conference established in 1912. Washington, D.C. is where we're incorporated. Our 5 member institutions, Lincoln University, Howard, Hampton, Virginia Union, and Shaw University. So there's a lot of history with those 5 institutions, and 3 of them are still members of the CIAA. Our footprint is from South Carolina. We have schools, most of the schools in North Carolina, 2 schools in Virginia, Bowie State in Maryland, and then Lincoln in Pennsylvania. So we really take over this East Coast. We're Division II conference, members of the National NCAA, National Collegiate Athletic Association. And again, there's just so much history and foundation from this conference. And we're a lot of the members that are in the MEAC or other conferences where they came from the CIAA. So it's truly a humbling opportunity to lead this conference and 12 member institutions that we currently have as members. Basketball is one of our major sports, but we have 14 championships and over 3,000 student athletes that we get to serve annually.
Dr. Bro, tell us about the regional impact that you envision for having the tournament sort of in your backyard.
Well, we're very excited to be serving as the host university. It allows us an opportunity to welcome our HBCU family to Maryland and to welcome all the students and faculty, and especially our alumni who get so excited about going to the tournament. So to be able to host is a huge, wonderful experience that we're looking forward to. In terms of the impact, we want to showcase what's happening here throughout the state of Maryland, especially in Charm City and Baltimore, and to allow so many to see what I see every day, the excitement that happens here at Bowie State University in Prince George's County. So this is really a historic time for the CIAA, but also for BSU. And so we're very much excited to welcome our HBCU family to Maryland, and starting in 2022.
So Al, I want to come to you because this is an amazing opportunity for Baltimore City. Can you talk about the economic impact that the CIAA tournament will have on the city?
Well, thank you, Dr. K. And it's huge for us. I mean, historically, in a city like Baltimore, when you look at the time of year, the CIAA basketball tournament, the last week in February, it has historically been a slow business time for Baltimore. Hotels, restaurateurs, it's not a lot of folks in Baltimore during that time of year. However, with the tournament coming in, you know, it could be between 100,000 to 150,000 people in for the entire week. In Charlotte, this tournament brought about a $50 million economic impact to the community. That's going to be huge for Baltimore. I mean, our restaurants will be packed with people from all across the country. We're going to have over probably 15 different hotels that will be utilized during that week. This is a strong history town, a lot of African-American history. So our museums, attractions, people will be visiting those places as well. So it's going to be a lot of positive economic return to Baltimore City and to the state of Maryland for that matter. So we really look at this as a huge opportunity to drive some good revenue at a time of year that typically is a slow period in Baltimore City.
Can you talk a bit about how the mayor's office is involved? Because we're talking about taking over the city, packing restaurants, packing spaces in a time when people are thinking about being packed into places.
Well, we could not have gone after this historical tournament without the assistance of Baltimore City. The mayor's office is a partner. They were a partner day one when we decided to bid on the CIAA tournament. So now Mayor Scott, his team is involved both financially, but more than that, the excitement to bring this strategic and historic tournament to Baltimore City. So we're working very closely with the administration, all of our city agencies. We want to make sure that Baltimore shows well, looks well. So it's going to be extremely important that we working very closely with City Hall and also with the governor's office as well. So the state of Maryland has a big role. Dr. Bro has been an excellent partner. So this is not only an event, a tournament that's going to impact Baltimore City, but it's going to have a tremendous impact on the state of Maryland and the entire region of, I would say, the Mid-Atlantic region.
Commissioner, let's sell some tickets to those 24 games.
Yes,
there's a future Earl the Pearl out there, but there's something about a basketball tournament where it's going to be the last game for a lot of players. Every game is a game 7. Just talk about the energy of a big basketball tournament.
Well, I was a former athlete with CIAA, so I know that feeling when it's the first game as a freshman and the last game as a senior. And for the CIAA to create that atmosphere and for these student athletes mean everything, not just to me, but to our presidents and our athletic directors and our coaches. And so to be able to go into a venue that is going to be small and tight-knit and it will feel like basketball, like I got chills talking about it, because you want that type of energy from your alumni and fans. And let's just be real, we've been out for a year and a half now. And so our last tournament was in 2020. And so to be able to come back 2022 with all of our 24 teams and the fans that are just waiting to purchase tickets, I mean, it's going to be exciting. I think we want to create that experience that it's a lifetime memory for these student athletes, and then for the fans and our sponsors that are a part of it, and mostly for Baltimore City as well. We want them to feel that impact and that it was worth making the connection with the CIAA.
Dr. Bro, this has been an exciting time for HBCUs, whether it's about big donors giving money or about even high-profile people choosing to come and work at HBCUs. Can you talk about how this increases exposure for HBCUs and other events that are going to happen during the week?
Well, the basketball tournament, as the commissioner was saying, brings in individuals from across the country who are interested in the basketball tournament, but also the excitement that this event brings. As you've heard, we're going to be in the hotels and the restaurants, so it creates that energy. But for our HBCUs, it allows us to showcase the talent, the excellence that we're about, both. And I want to emphasize that we're a D2 school, and we adhere to that model, student athlete, student first. They get their education, they go on to succeed in the workplaces and in the communities. And so we're very much about ensuring academic excellence and showcasing that throughout the tournament. And you're absolutely right that we're garnering interest like we've never seen before with our HBCUs. So this is that opportunity for us to shine, to show all the excellence that we have across the campuses. For over 150 years, our HBCUs have been an integral part of the economic vitality of communities, and that includes in Baltimore.
Now, Commissioner McWilliams is someone who is deeply connected to Morgan State University. My radio show is there. I grew up down the street from Howard University. Can you talk about some of the other HBCUs in the area and their connection to the CIAA?
Yeah, so, Morgan State was a member of the CIAA. Howard was a founding member. Coppin is around the corner. And so we're looking to actually work with them as well to be a part of that experience. I worked at Morgan State for almost 2 years. And so I understand and value the leadership there. The presidents at all three of those institutions are dear to us, even though they're in a different conference. But there's so much connectivity, just like Dr. Bro said, regardless if you're a member of the CIAA or the MEAC or any other HBCU conference, we are still very connected historically in the values of what we do for our student athletes and our students in giving them access and opportunity. So as we continue to work with Al and his team and work with those three universities, we're hoping to make sure that we include them in that experience as well, which is very different than what we've done in our past community of hosting the championship, because now we have more than just one institution. We've got 4 great HBCUs and really 6 or 7. Maryland Eastern Shore is around the corner. And so how we try to include them, I think, will be really important because of the value that they have brought, not just to that community, but also historically for HBCUs.
Our thanks to Jackie McWilliams, the commissioner of the CIAA, Al Hutchinson, CEO of Visit Baltimore, and Dr. Aminta Bro, the president of Bowie State University.